so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
What's going on, Gunners? Welcome back to the channel. Big up to all of you Gunners out there. Thanks for supporting the channel. It really does help me out. When you guys hit that like button, it spreads the video around so everybody can see this content. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But let's talk transfers. Now, Arteta, he did an interview with ESPN and saying that he's optimistic that the Gunners transfer activity will pick up over the coming weeks. Now, I said that was going to happen last week, and the reason why I said that is because it's the financial year. That would have made it hard for the team to spend in June. So now we're in July, that's behind us, and we're going to see a lot of activity now, because anything we would have done last month would have counted against that season and that year in those financial books. So let's make it clear. Arsenal already have a strong starting 11, and they need players who can push those starters. So we can get to the point where all 11 players are cooking. And when the boil goes off, we get players who can seamlessly replace them. Just like what happened last season with Jesus for Havertz, Martinelli for Trossard, and then we even had Kivior stepping in for Zinchenko as he had a long run in the team in key moments. So what's happening at the moment now? Victor Gyökeres, as I reported last week, he had agreed to personal terms with Arsenal, but despite Arsenal and the player coming to an agreement, the two clubs are nowhere near the 100 million release clause. And we knew Arsenal wouldn't pay it. That's something that we did not doubt at all. And they're looking for a reduction and a compromise to around 70 million. And so far, guys, that has not happened. They're still in negotiations with Sporting, but this one is going to need more time. And it kind of hurts the Gunners because it opens up another team to come in and snatch the player. The biggest issue for Arsenal is there isn't much choice of strikers out there in the market, with Sesko staying and a lot of guys just being well overpriced. I mean, you can talk about 100 million for Osimhen, Alexander Isak, but those clubs are going to want more than that. And that's just the reality of the deal. So going to have to stay patient with that one, guys. It's still a lot of deals to look forward to this summer. I know you guys are talking about Justin Bilbao for Feyenoord, who's 26 years old. That's only a 10 million deal. And we're looking at Onana from Everton. That's going to be 42 million. Doué from Rennes, that's going to be about 25 million. And so there's a lot of deals that they're playing around with at the moment. Nico Williams, that deal is still out there. Athletic Bilbao winger is another player who's been on our radar. But we're facing a lot of competitions from clubs for his future. And that's a release clause of 58 million now. It seems to be going up and up and up all the time, that one. But again, it's more about the salary. We talked about 300 grand a week, and that's going to be the real sticking point rather than anything. You're talking about 15 million euros of salary per year. So if you sign him to a 4-year deal, that's 60 million just on salary. So you want to get him as low as you can. You want to get him for around 35, 40 million euros, because you know the bulk of that deal is going to cost you over the salary, and God knows what happens if he blows up, because remember, he's only 21, right? So what happens when he's 25 and he wants a new deal? You're talking about man's going to be wanting Mbappe money, 400 grand, 500 grand a week, and it's getting to the point where teams are just sort of really scared of the potential of this player. But look, if he delivers, he delivers, but it's just the cash. He is a star, no doubt about that. He is a star. So let's start off with Arsenal's first official signing, which is David Raya. That loan deal from Brentford has been made permanent this week, so we can now officially welcome him to the club, even though we really already have. And it's not really big news for Arsenal fans because it's something we knew was going to happen anyway. But then there's the likes of El Nene, Suarez and Okonkwo, who have all departed the club because of the expiry of their contracts. So Arteta's contract is also being finalised as we speak. We know it was reported last season that by the Spanish media that Arteta was open to leaving Arsenal and succeeding Xavi at Barcelona. Of course, that was not true, and Arteta has already committed himself to Arsenal and is just talking about finalising that deal as it happens. So the Gunners are really believed to be making progress in talks over Bologna's centre-back, Riccardo Calafiori. So this is the big one, guys. Arteta, like last season, is showing similar traits to Pep in his ruthlessness. We saw what happened when Raya came in for Ramsdale. Zinchenko and Jesus and Martinelli were all dropped for underperforming. And so Jorginho to the rescue, or shall I say Agent Jorginho to the rescue. Now, Calafiori is a multi-faced defender. He's proficient at playing at centre-back or left-back. Standing at 6'2" and favouring his left foot, he brings adaptability and significant contributions to his teams. He showcases exceptional tactical understanding of the game, positioning himself adequately around the pitch, offensively and defensively. His off-the-ball movement creates space and opportunities for his teammates, but his defensive capabilities are rock solid, guys. Now, Calafiori stands out from his teamwork and determination, reflecting his dedication and resilience. He's an aggressive defender who's adept at the high line press, and last season he topped Bologna charts for the most interceptions, 60, and aerial duels won, 50, in Serie A. So his concentration and composure will ensure consistent performances, while his leadership and charisma is enhanced with his on-field presence. And Calafiori combines Kivior's defensive smarts, when you look at it, and then Zinchenko's possessional skills. Now, that kind of makes both of those players redundant, because Calafiori can give you both. But yeah, so it's all good, isn't it, guys? Well, not really. For me, guys, if there's one knock that I have on him, it's his injury record. It's worse than Tomiyasu's. Since 2019, Calafiori has missed a total of 150 games with 14 different injuries. Of course, this doesn't include COVID, but for me, it shows that he's very brittle. And I don't know whether that's a development thing, which they're going to have to work with him on, or whether it's just a player is going to be another one of those guys like Abu Diaby, Jack Wilshere, who just can't get it right. You know, another Smith Rowe who just cannot stay fit. So I think we got to be careful on this one. But let's remember, guys, we have Tomiyasu, we have Zinchenko, we have Timber, we have a lot of players there. So if you're talking about burning this guy out, I don't think that's the case. I think he'll fit in really well with the squad, and he doesn't need to start. I think that that's important. So please, guys, let me know what your comments is in the comment section below. Deal or no deal for you guys, let me know. There's been rumours around Arsenal offers Smith Rowe and Ramsdale. Ramsdale plus cash to Newcastle for Bruno Guimaraes, but this deal's not going to happen, guys. They're not going to go for it. And so the Bruno Guimaraes deal for me at this point seems very unlikely to materialise. Now, he has expressed no interest in leaving Newcastle as well, despite all the interest he's got. So I think we can scratch that one off for now. Don't get me wrong, I'd be surprised if it comes back. But as far as I'm concerned with what I've heard from my sources, the Bruno Guimaraes deal is dead in the water. So where does that leave Arsenal right now? We kick off our pre-season campaign against Bournemouth now that some of the other teams are pulled out. So we'll be playing them in America on July the 24th. Also meeting Manchester United on July the 27th. And then Liverpool on July the 31st. And then we return home to face Bayer Leverkusen on August the 7th. 4 days before taking on Lyon in the Emirates Cup. And then obviously our Premier League campaign starts against Wolves. So let me know what you guys think about the transfer window so far this season. Don't worry, guys. I know you guys have been very calm, very patient, but it's going to start to all kick off now. And for me, if we add 2 or 3 really good high quality players, then that would be enough for a good transfer window. And I think we got to think carefully about the players that we're letting go. I don't see a world where Nketiah, Smith Rowe and Nelson all leave. Because, you know, we looked at the academy players who were going to come in and take their place, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of those players coming in. You know, I was hoping for Kozia Dewberry, Royal Waters to come in, and that's not going to happen. So that hurts your homegrown players on your roster. You have to submit those players in every year, and so we're going to be down a little bit on that. So I think that outgoing, we need to be careful, because what you don't want to do is get rid of your homegrown players, and you don't want to make your squad weaker. So we've got to make sure that the right players are coming in, and then we can start to talk about players going out and recuperating some cash. All right, guys, speak to you later, man. Peace out, everybody. Big up to all of you lot. Nice one.
We made it this far, so I can't complain. Let's take a trip down memory lane.